Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. Y'all, this reading is about a king of diamonds. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be a male or a masculine. This talks about how you use your masculine energy. This is the energy of logic, of structure, of foundation, and control. When somebody uses their masculine energy, they become a king of diamonds. This means that you are a person of substance. What do diamonds represent? Wealth and riches and power, right? And so we're talking about somebody that who possibly has position, privilege, and power. Like they've established all three of those things in their own life. They may have a healthy bank account or a bank balance. This is somebody that you would love to have a business proposition with, okay? And so the king of diamonds, you would think about this person as a professional partner. They're lively, quick-witted, like they have all of the things. They're enthusiastic, but this is also somebody who needs things to go their way. Losing money, watching your money not expand can send you over the edge. So keep that in mind when we're talking about this person's emotional body. Now, I have a proverb that is attached to the king of diamonds in order to describe the energy that they're in. It says, love is like a baby. It needs to be treated tenderly. So there's a king of diamonds who is recognizing that they themselves have not experienced love, or they have not been treated tenderly. Okay. Now, the Knight of Pentacles comes out, and this says that like the person that I'm describing is reliable, they're committed, they're hardworking, they're conservative, like this is a slow and steady type of person. This King of Diamonds was building alongside something that they thought was going to bless them. They thought that it was love, but it was something that was not tender with them. I'm going to jump into the reading. Now, we have a card literally called the snake. The reading starts out with a snake. This represents competition, an enemy, the other woman. This means that there is an energy around you, and it should put you in the state of needing to look over your shoulder. So we have a snake that is coming out in the energy of the monarch or victorious. Victorious in the monarch says that this is somebody who has royal DNA. So this is somebody who themselves, they feel like they carry a certain type of privilege or power. This is somebody who feels like all I do is win. This is like the energy of needing to conquer. Think about what monarchs have done to the world. They have conquered. So this is the energy of the snake. When they see something, they want to consume it. They want to conquer, dominate, and control. Now, this could be a person that this King of Diamonds dated in the past. And I say that because I have a card, one of my handmade cards. It says, don't go back to less just because you are too impatient to wait for better. So a King of Diamonds is looking for love. They think that they have attached themselves to something that will bless them, but it is really a past energy. If this is not a person from the past, this is like trying to be in love with a new person who carries a similar energy as a past person, somebody that you can't trust, somebody that you can't get comfortable with, somebody that you really can't turn your back on. But this is somebody who is victorious. Like something about dating this snake, it makes people feel elevated and promoted. So it's a risk, but it's a risk that somehow comes with a prize. And so people are willing to take this risk. This King of Diamonds should not have dated this person. This King of Diamonds should not have connected themselves to this energy. I have the Seven of Hearts. When the Seven of Hearts comes out, it means that whatever this plan or this arrangement was, it didn't work out. Somebody was let down. Somebody failed to keep a promise. Something about this connection, it proved to be unreliable. Okay. And so either this snake is flighty. You know how sometimes people will deliberately cause you an obstacle. Like sometimes people fuck up on purpose. That is the energy. This is about just like a relationship that's disappointing. Okay, canceled or changed plans. King of Diamonds attaches themselves to the past, thinking that it's going to be a win. And unfortunately, it is something. And so here's the thing. When the King of Diamonds attaches themselves to the snake, they have attached themselves to somebody who comes out as a Four of Pentacles. And so the reason why this wasn't successful is because somebody is greedy, controlling, they hoard, they're very materialistic, they're possessive. And so this gives me entitled. Like, a lot of people have royalty in their DNA, but they don't act like the world owes them something. So something about this snake feels like, because I am who I am, you must serve me in a certain kind of way. Y'all, so now it's time to date the snake. I literally have a card that says date. This means, like, you know what? We're going to get back out there. We're going to meet someone. We're going to meet someone new. We're going to set a date. This possibly could be somebody that you meet online. And so the date comes out with the Five of Cups. When the Five of Cups comes out, this is like, oh shit, I made a decision. I moved too fast. This means that we have made a hasty or a rash decision. We didn't take our time. We did not weigh our options. We should have stepped back. We should have assessed the situation fully. Like, we weren't patient. We weren't cautious. And so this is like jumping to date somebody really quickly, but like not recognizing the liability that comes with this person. Like, there is a risk here. You know what I found really odd is that in one deck, it's all pentacles. In another deck, it's all hearts. And so this is what I mean. Like, maybe the way people approach their money is also how they approach love. And so they didn't have the emotional intelligence or the emotional maturity to like really see what they were getting in, which doesn't excuse, but it just says that like they just didn't have the vision. All right. So we have the Mother of Earth, which talks about fertile ground. And so when this person goes out to date, and I'm thinking like when the King of Diamonds gets in the relationship with the snake, they literally feel like, oh my God, we complete each other. Like, we are two sides like of the same coin, you know, like all we do is win. We're both royal. Possibilities are all around us. So this is like being in the energy of somebody who you feel like you carry a sense of shared prosperity, or like the well-being that blesses your life also blesses your life. You feel like this is a match made in heaven, y'all, but it's a whole snake. And again, this could be a person of a past or just an energy that you have already lived through that unfortunately you have gotten with again. But this is about a decision made too quickly. So not only do you decide to date, but you also decide possibly to work. I have the Three of Pentacles, which talks about teamwork, alliance, apprenticeship, growth. Y'all, but I also have on one of my handmade cards, Stephen. Stephen was the first martyr of the church. Stephen stood for something, hardworking, honest, faithful, loyal. This is about being loyal to something that you thought was going to bring a success, but something about the decision that was made, it came too quick. Like, you just had to wait on it. And so now we have the energy of the trickster, and this is coming out from the ancestor deck. The trickster talks about ego and excess. So like, now this is the other shoe dropping. This is the problem in the situation. The very thing that you decide to date, the very thing that you decide to go back to work with, to love, to make a plan with, this is also the thing that is going to hold you back. It's going to be the thing that teaches you a lesson. It'll be the thing that reveals to you that I should have been more discerning. Like, this is something that comes with a consequence. When the trickster energy comes out in the reading, it means there's some type of lesson on discernment and there's some type of consequence attached to this. And so the trickster energy is attached to passion. Can you imagine feeling like you have a passionate connection with somebody, but the reality is that it's just a trickster energy? When you have passion, this is like, oh my God, we have insane chemistry. Sparks are flying. I'm having fun. We have equal interests. We have a burning desire, but it's a trick. It is a trick. And the trick is like, there's something that you should discern. There's something that you should see. Right? Because although it feels like passion, something is really trying to hold you back or bind you. I have a card that says powerful people cannot afford to educate the people that they oppress. Because once you are truly educated, you will not ask for power. You will take it. Y'all, what this says to me is like sometimes we bind ourselves, like sometimes people are going to offer you less love because they don't want to reveal to you how much love you really deserve. Right. And so somebody is recognizing that the love that they received, it wasn't tender. They weren't treated in a way that was gentle and compassionate. They were treated in a way that was very harsh. But the trickster spirit almost masked the connection with some type of passion. And so the passion didn't allow you to discern that this is a relationship that is going to oppress me. This is a relationship that is going to take my power away, y'all. And I also have Empress. Now, when the Empress comes out in this reading, it also comes out with the Ten of Hearts. The Ten of Hearts talks about joy, elation, good luck, success, contentment. Like, this is the card that means, oh my God, our problems are solved. Finally, we get a stroke of good luck. But the trickster energy is real. And so, y'all, there is a King of Diamonds who could have gone back to a snake that they thought was an Empress. They made a decision too quickly. They got themselves out there but listen, I feel like this person didn't act alone, meaning the King of Diamonds took opinions. They took advice. They asked people. The Five of Cups talks about the opinions of other people. So this is like wanting to date one person, but needing 5 different people to give you their opinion before you can make a solid decision. Okay. And then the very decision that everybody tells you to jump in, you think it's the 10 of Hearts. You think it's fulfilling. You think this is the luck, but it's trickster energy. The passion you're feeling is not real. The chemistry is supposed to not reveal to you that I'm oppressing you at the same time. What you think is passion is really just the first level of your oppression, right? All of this passion does not mean love. All of this passion does not mean tenderness. And so this is like somebody following their passion, not recognizing that they have just bound themselves to some type of snake. And when they weren't sure if the snake was really a snake, they went around and asked people. They could have asked people that they worked with. They could have asked people that they had shared goals with, or they had some type of alliance with. And whatever everybody told them, whatever the opinion was, the collective, whatever the consensus was, it caused this person to martyr themselves, to literally bind themselves to their own oppression. And the trickster is not going to tell you that you deserve a certain kind of love. They're just going to bombard you with passion to get you drunk, to take away your vision, to overwhelm your senses. Y'all, so you have a King of Diamonds who wins in the business world, but they have lost in the love world. And they are separated from feeling like my life is a blessing. And they feel like they are separated from their blessing because they followed a passion, and it almost sucked a snake, like low-key, will strangle you. This is like being strangled by passion. But in the end, you feel lifeless. You feel like you were just beat up. You were mishandled. You were treated very roughly. And so, y'all, that's this reading. Whether you are the King of Diamonds that is recovering from literally having a passionate experience with a snake, maybe you do feel like you're in separation from good times because you just had to learn this lesson. Maybe this lesson came with some type of emotional consequence. Sometimes it's really about like not requiring other people to tell you yes or to tell you no. Sometimes it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have asked everybody else's opinion. I should have used my own discernment. And unfortunately, passion is not an indication of a real connection. And passion can sometimes subdue or block out true discernment because your body is elevated. It's elevated in certain ways, and we misread those signals. So there's an Empress that we thought was the 10 of Hearts, the answer to all our joy, but it was really a trickster energy who was going to suppress you. They elevate you in your passion so that they can shrink you in your heart space. This is somebody who wants you to be sexually aroused so that they can emotionally deplete you. All right, love. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.